Today's game, Kill Switch. A game that basically invented the cover system mechanic. Sure, you've seen it before, such as Winback, a future side-by-side by the way, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, and the Time Crisis series. However, Kill Switch went way beyond all those and made the cover system its main core game mechanic, just like Gears of War did. If you ask me, I'd say Gears got a lot of its gameplay ideas from them, and then perfected it. Kill Switch was developed by Namco in October 2003 for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Windows. There's also a Game Boy Advance version released in 2004 that was created independently by Namco. Real quick, let's show the difference between 480i and 480p on the PlayStation 2. On the right, we have 480p, which is so much sharper. You can see some awesome detail on the door that looks great. I have another version of this side-by-side I made, only comparing the 480i PS2 version with the others because I thought I had enabled 480p, but I guess I didn't. I uploaded the video to my Patreon page, and one of my Patreons spotted the error and informed me, so I basically had to remake the video. If you're interested in seeing the 480i PlayStation 2 version, the link will be in the description below. We will be comparing the PlayStation 2 and Xbox first, since that's always my favorite to do. The PS2 looks great stacked up next to the Xbox. I much prefer the lighter contrast and brightness, and it's basically just as sharp as the Xbox. If we look here, you see that the protagonist, Nick Bishop, is all squashed. At first, I thought it had to do with the way the Xbox was captured, but when it went into the gameplay, it was perfectly normal. So it's just a weird thing they chose to do. In my time creating side-by-sides, I've noticed that the Xbox is usually darker than the PS2. To me, the only thing so far that's better is the extra lighting and shadow effects over here. An awesome addition. It really makes me wonder why they couldn't achieve this lighting effect on the PlayStation 2. The controls are good on both of them, but I did have an easier time shooting on the Xbox. It could have just been because I played it second though. If we swing over here to the PlayStation 2, we see the mountain has more detail. Now, is this a case of better versus worse, or worse versus better? The reason I say that is because what if the mountain is supposed to be more blurry due to depth of field? At this point, it's really what you prefer. I prefer the more detailed mountain. Also, I think I like Nick better on the PlayStation 2, at least from the back view. So what I wanted to show here is there's a lot more lighting and shadow effects on the Xbox versus the PlayStation. The Xbox is really shining bright above the competition. Now let's bring in Windows to the mix. Right away we see some awesome visuals. Everything about it looks better. The PC I have running at 1920 by 1080. The PlayStation 2 and Xbox are both 480p 16:9 resolution, so that's around 854 by 480. Back to the controls again. On this part of the game, I had the easiest time shooting the targets using a keyboard and mouse, but that's to be expected. The Xbox was also easier versus the PS2, but like I said, it could be because I played it second. Let's check this out. The ground on the PlayStation 2 looks like corkboard, and it's really showcasing some awesome sharpness to the visuals. Whereas the Xbox is so blurry, but I do prefer the color tone here and here. The PC, well, it's just better looking all around. Back to the cinematic scene. The Xbox is smashed again. It really bugs me, so let's fix it. This actually made me notice that it shows off more of the game on the top and bottom, but it's all smashed. Overall, the PlayStation Kill Switch is an excellent version. It runs so smooth, looks great, controls good. It's just a very solid copy. The Xbox is an excellent choice as well. I'd say it's my preferred version because of the additional lighting and shadow effects. They really do add to the overall atmosphere of the game. The PC looks the best, controls the best, but the performance for some reason is the worst of the three. I honestly think it's because I'm playing on Windows 10. Has to be some sort of bug or something. I think 32 gigs of RAM, an i7 Intel processor, and a 1080 graphics card can handle this game just fine. Let's compare the frame rate now. The PS2 puts out an amazing 60 frames per second at 480p. It drops to about 40 FPS during high octane battles. What's very interesting is the 480i PS2 copy only ran at 30 frames. The Xbox runs better overall at a solid 60 frames and never really drops from there. A 50 here and there. The PC version also taps out at 60, but really suffers during battles. I've seen the frames drop as low as 15. I captured Windows with Fraps to display the FPS, and then I ran it through the program I put the consoles through to make sure I was getting matching frame rates, and I'm happy to say that I am. I have to tell you, the PlayStation 2 runs so good. The frame rate mostly sticks to the 50s and 60s, but sometimes drops as low as 40. The only downside would be that it has more aliasing and the lack of lighting and shadows. The Xbox has the best frame rate, but seems to be always more blurry in the backgrounds. Not sure if this is intended or not. Still my preferred version though. Now, I know that this game plays perfectly fine on Windows 10 as I watched some videos on YouTube, but somehow I'm affected by low performance, so I can't really recommend this one. That's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please like the video and leave me a comment down below. Subscribe and ring that bell if you enjoyed my content. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.